Hi again, everybody. Boyd back with you. Well, just like the opening credits said there, guys, this is the DJ Scratchy 350 and Chevy Cheeseburger box stock group buildup. And this is my entry into the event. This is the 1/16 scale Richard Petty Dodge Charger from the 1973 NASCAR season that he raced. Now, I found out about this event through my friend Chris Cortell, a.k.a. Classic Plastic 101 from over on YouTube. And he's entered into this with his Rommel's rod, and he's having a lot of fun. These guys have gotten a little bit of a head start on me here. I got into this late. I think we have until November 12th to get this finished. And as the rules say, this is a box stock build, guys. So the reason that I chose this particular kit is that this is a 1/16 scale, super detailed model kit of Richard Petty's Charger. And this kit comes with a lot of extra parts that are already included in the kit. You can see here that I'm holding up the bags, and you have the spark plug wires, the fuel lines. It has a fully working detailed chassis, a fully detailed roll cage, and everything is represented on this model. I think this is one of the most detailed stock car kit models that they ever produced. So I'm just kind of going through the sprues here and showing you. You can see the chrome parts there with the wheels and the valve covers and some other detail parts. And here we have the front and rear window glass. Now, I'm not sure what the entire parts count on this is on this model, but it's very high. So the more parts count we have, the more detail we can pack into this. On here in this particular bag, you can see that it has even the interior panels that were put in the old stock cars back in the day, along with the hood and a few other parts there. And this particular bag here is probably the meat and potatoes of the kit, guys. This has all the front suspension, again, being a fully working suspension. It's so detailed that you even have to build the shock absorbers to this thing. And you have the full roll cage there and all the interior parts, full set of gauges. Even the wiring going to the gauges is included. And here's some more detail, guys. This is the engine parts. At the top, you can see that the block even has the pistons cast into it. And a little bit further down, you can see the rocker arm assembly, which goes inside the cylinder head here. So there is just a ton of detail on this thing, and this is going to be really cool. I'm really excited about building this. I'm going to have to hustle. Like I said, I've only got a couple of weeks to get this done, but it should be fun. And here we have the last major bag, and this is some more suspension parts with the brake parts. This actual stock car had drum brakes on it, which I could hardly believe. I mean, traveling at the speed they were back then, using drum brakes to stop is pretty amazing. Here I'm taking a look at the decal sheet and the instruction book, which is 5 pages. You can see it starts off pretty straightforward there. You have the sub-assembly at the front, which is the forward chassis, and the lower suspension at the front end. Again, mentioning that you even have to build the shock absorbers on this. Now, I noticed that they even have the rear spring shackles included, which are adjustable, so you can adjust the rake or the ride height on the model. So that's going to be really nice. So you can get the stance of it just right. And we're just kind of going through and looking at this. It's all pretty straightforward. You get into finally assembling the roll cage after you've got the lower chassis put together, and then on into the engine. Again, mentioning you've got to install all the spark plug wires and fuel lines, and even the carburetor is multi-piece with real throttle linkage on it. So that's going to be a lot of fun to put that together. Now, the plan for painting the body is, the model is molded in Petty Blue, so I'm going to sand that down and get rid of the mold marks and things like that on it, and get it scuffed down and cleaned up really nice. And then we're just going to paint the red onto that, and then clear coat that with a little white pinstripe that goes on there. Then we'll apply our decals, and we'll paint over that again with some clear, and hopefully when that's all done, it'll look like the whole thing's been painted. We might as well take care of that molded color, take advantage of that. And you can see here's some instruction on where the decals go. Now, I noticed when I looked at the decal sheet that some of the decals were missing from the detail on this. Back in 1973, Winston used to sponsor the NASCAR series, and I think it was around the late 80s or so that they started not allowing cigarette, tobacco, or alcohol products to be advertised on these model kits, so all those have been removed. You could probably get those through some aftermarket company somewhere, but I'm not going to worry about that. There's enough detail on this sheet, as you can see here, that it's going to come out really nice. There you have the 426 CI logo on the top, which is really cool. So I just want to say a big shout out and a thanks again to DJ Scratchy and Chevy Cheeseburger for putting this together. I think it's a great opportunity to do and showcase how you can build a model right out of the box stock. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to get busy on this. I'll be back with some updates on it soon and show you the work in progress, guys. Take care and happy modeling.
The adrenaline's pumping right inside those motor cars. The driver is as excited now as he was before they asked, "Gentlemen, start your engine."
Somebody told me that before the race that Richard said that I wasn't going to slick him this time, you know. that he was going to beat me. He was faster than I was, really, and the only way I could beat him was to trap by him on the last lap.
The reason I'm wanting to move up in front of him is keep him to get the draft to come back. So I said, if I clear him and get in front of him, then that means he's going to have to figure a way back around.
Petty goes back in front. They both spin. They're in the wall. Petty is slamming into the wall. He's coming down toward the finish line. Will he make it? He's still moving. The car stops 300, 400 feet shy of the finish line. Pearson is still running.
Here comes Pearson. Pearson is going to try to make it across the finish line. Petty has his car going. Pearson's going to win it. Oh, gosh, Randall, he wins the race.
When he come up there, he said, "What happened?" I said, "Hit me."